Welcome back, gents, to Dungeons and Dingalings, famously played every Sunday by a wonderful bunch of gentlemen. All right, what does everybody remember? Last session.
Fought the
Crocodile.
what was
Papa
his
Drock.
name? Papa Drock.
Papa Drock.
Papa
He's
Drock.
dead now. He's dead now.
He's
Jay has the patch from Papa Drock's shoulder, or
gonna tie it to a shield like a
tattoo
little
rather.
flag.
Ceras is going crazy.
Ceras is slipping into Berserker's rage, one battle at a time.
I'm taking a level in Barbarian, guys.
Oh fuck!
Shit! Oh fuck!
You blast like that? I don't think you're.
Yes. Well, I don't know if you need strength to berserk.
You definitely do.
To berserk.
Anyway, yeah. To take a level in Barbarian, yeah, you got to have high strength, or high strength and high dex, something like that. Anyways, and so we left off with our brave heroes raging out and carving up the fucking crocodiles. Tyrum said he was gonna do it. Now he's doing it. And watching this unfold, Kade is just absolutely starstruck. I got a new challenge for the night. Everybody in dialogue, don't refer to yourself in the third person and we'll take bets. Whoever does it first, someone gets to grant them disadvantage. Whoever bets closest.
Just on dialogue?
Just on dialogue, not actions. So if you're doing something, that makes sense. But if you're talking to somebody, no Michaelo said.
Oh, okay.
Also, I 100% bet Josh is going to break this rule first.
You can shut the fuck up because it happened last time. Kiss my ass.
I'm doubling down.
You half-sized hybrid.
All right.
Challenge for the DM. You can't use the same word in a sentence.
Ooh. But what if I really like and?
Don't
Talking
stutter.
more descriptions or like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, gentlemen, we're gonna get down to that kind of shit.
I got you. So basically what I did saying, start, got it. Fuck. So yeah, you all finish up what you're doing. Kade walks over to Ceras and he kind of flops on the ground, and he's been sprawled out ever since. Tyrum and Luna, y'all are finishing up carving up old boy, and Ceras, what are you doing?
Eating Chinese food. No. Ceras is actively eating the skewer of crocodile that was handed to her, and she's kind of just staring off. And she's petting Kade, like her service animal.
Kade's tail loftily like flops every couple of minutes.
How big are these crocodiles?
Oh, these were huge creatures, plus 15 feet long.
Okay, I'm gonna walk into the mouth of one of them.
Michaelo, you step into the mouth of the skull remains of Papa Drock, and his snout completely encapsulates you. It's like that picture of the megalodon teeth with the 55 fucking scientists in front.
I want to start searching in its stomach for anything that it's eaten.
Tyrum, Luna, Michaelo is stepping into your carvings. Is he going to find the stomach in the skeleton still?
No. Well, no. But what's left of Papa Drock is pretty much a few tendons here and there, a few scraps of meat that was, just whatever. The internal organs have been, diced and packaged.
Well, be so kind as to let Michaelo know what he's going to see in there. As you start looking into your carving.
He's walking into a giant open mouth because Papa Drock's mouth was lockjawed.
Yeah, it was.
And he's walking straight into nothing. Now I don't know what Mama Drock looks like.
Hey, Tyrum, what does Mama Drock look like? How far along are you? Kade kind of like whistles over.
What, you want to take a tour of the Crocodile?
I don't think I'll be getting up for the next couple of minutes if I'm being honest, but I was just wondering.
Takes a while butchering these big animals.
Noted. And Michaelo, you see what you're looking for in that big pile of nothing?
This guy's really big, guys.
You should wear his head.
I thought you said we need to respect the dead and leave the bones.
Yeah, don't listen to me. I'm just tired. Yes, you do.
So listen or don't.
Make up your own mind. That beats me. Kate is like laid out, not really sure what to do right now. Yeah, he sits
I
up.
suppose.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Cade loftily sits up. Hey kid, can I borrow some of that stuff growing in bucket? Got an idea.
Ceras looks over at you, Cade. She looks over at Bucket, who is like really fucked up, missing a bunch of pieces. The core is kind of half exposed. She just scrapes some of it off. What happens when she scrapes some of it off?
Bucket kind of like clanks in pain as it tries to jerk away.
In pain. Hmm?
It looks like it's shuddering as it's like janking its body parts away, trying to like kind of rotate away from you, but it's busted, so it's a real slow-mo like movement.
Ceres kind of looks and then shrugs, and then she hands the sample over.
Cade takes a couple of pieces of the moss and he pulls out three containers of water and drops the moss in there and just starts randomly shaking it up. So I've been working on an idea for our little door situation here. And after he's done shaking it, the water begins to like illuminate. A light green glow emanates from all three bottles. Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say this is magical, right? And he holds out the potion bottle.
Ceres nods, looking quizzic, looking a little bit confused, but interested in where you're going with it.
Cade takes a big stretch as he walks towards the center of the platform. And he looks at Luna and Tyrum. So, can we kick these bones into the water? Lich King's gonna want those later. You can take anything else, but I do need some space, if you catch my drift.
I mean, does the Lich King care if the bones are in the water or on the little surface there?
Cade starts, like, making sweeping movements with his hands. No, but I do, and I'd like a little bit of space, please.
Fine, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Luna starts to push some of the bones into the water and watches them sink.
They don't sink, they float.
So,
You did take
We
a
don't-
lot of meat off of it.
Yeah.
fair enough.
Tyrum kicks the crocodile corpse into the water.
Cade gives a little, like, pilot salute. And all right, Mama Drock. So, Luna, you did something like this before, right? And he pours a little bit of potion on one of the runes, and it begins to glow. Same thing as before. The rune starts floating out of the ground as the rest of the runes begin lighting up. And Cade walks over to the other side and pours some more on the one opposite. That is the same type of rune. Did I get that right? That one too begins floating.
We just kind of turned and pushed them last time.
He looks at all the runes really quickly, and he begins kind of like working a tire back on, bouncing from both sides until all the runes are glowing. They're all floating, and the big rune in the middle pops out as soon as the last one begins levitating. All right, kid, try to turn it now.
Ceres is certainly watching with great intent. She walks up and she like puts her hand down on it, and you see her eyes light up a little bit. She's like being knocked out of her stupor. And she twists it.
As soon as you twist it, the all the runes begin to glow. The room starts shaking, and all the magical runes begin kind of blurring out. The entire circle lets off a bright blue gleam. All the runes are very quickly erased, and then new ones appear. The circle now looks like this. If y'all can see that.
Mm.
And then something else happens. Around the room, the walls begin shaking, and magical pictures or inscriptions start popping up that weren't there before. On wall 1, it's that. On wall 2, it is something like this. And then for the last two, walls 3 and 4.
Mm.
So these show up on special on each wall, going from wall 1, 2, 3, and 4 in that order, and that's how they all begin glowing. Then finally, the runes on the platform settle. They all stop glowing and they suck back down in their rock holdings. The middle platform remains glowing and illuminated, as well as rised. So, anybody want to try to figure out what this means? Ceras
Ceras.
and Bang, you guys have no go ahead.
Ceres is going to do a little bit of magical investigation
Ooh.
to get any kind of insights on this before I start fucking with it. That would be a 23.
Kade walks over and he's kind of like looking at it inquisitively. I don't really know what that means, but you said something about the old shiny bones shed. Those was thieves' can, ain't it?
Ceres nods her head.
Well, I'm no genius, but I imagine there's an order to all of those. Ceres, you get a flash of genius as it strikes odd, but these are gnomish inscriptions. There's a code of letters inside of these 4 walls, and if you can figure them out, you can decipher it to common, which is the regular alphabet.
What do they say, DM?
Fang, you can see the writing on the wall, but all you see are letters. Roll me a history to see if you'd understand what Common's alphabet would look like.
I'd speak common under my languages.
But can you read Common, slum boy?
I don't see why not getting as far as I've gotten, but you said history?
I do. Do you think Fang would have? Yeah, I'm gonna say, do you think Fang would have actually taken the time to learn how to read while he was in the middle of robbing people?
I mean, his sister
Yeah,
raised him,
His
right?
sister, right? That's
Yeah,
what I'm
right.
thinking.
But
Yes.
that's gonna be, what is that, 16 for history?
There's no definitive setting in D&D Beyond that says whether they can read or not. So it's just kind of like
Yeah,
if they
but
speak the
roll
language,
of
they can
cool.
read it.
I just figured more of a background thing, but if he can read it, he can read it.
Egg
Hey,
drop my nuts in your mouth.
please. I love it. I'm sorry, that was weird. Fang, you see the alphabet. You actually just see the entire alphabet. I'm gonna send this to you specifically. You're playing Tekken 8? That's nice.
I was, yeah.
For door 1 and 2. And that is for door 3 and 4. Since you just see the letters. I don't know if you'll know what to do with them, though. Yeah, kid, got any ideas of what all this means?
Ceres looks at you. Well, you're saying that this is thieves' cant symbols right now, right here in the front of us on this wall that I'm standing in front of?
It is written like thieves can't. I don't exactly know the actual descriptions, but if I had to guess, each one of those different cutouts is a different letter. Which letter I couldn't tell you, but something like that, right?
I thought
Fang,
you knew the
overhearing them saying this, I could read to you exactly what letters they are. I just don't understand the meaning.
Well, then go ahead.
You said the first one was 1 and 2?
Door on wall 1 is the first set of letters. On wall 2 is the second set of letters, and so on and so forth.
Alright. Fang pointing at the first wall, reading. This one reads A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I.
Aid pointing at
Point-
each of the corners. Oh, good.
No, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say Cade pointing at each one as you're like saying letters.
That works. Fang was also pointing to each wall as he was going through. Going to the second one, Fang points at. He says, "This wall says J K L M N O P Q R." Moving over to the third wall, Fang points at the third wall. Says, "This one reads TUVS." Pointing to the fourth wall, saying this one reads XYZW.
So you just read our entire alphabet. Well, I suppose that makes sense. And he looks over at you, Ceras. So, do you know which one of these runes match the ones over there? Maybe it'll tell us where they lead to.
Over where?
On the platform that we're standing on.
Well, let's see. Oh yes. I think we can figure this out. So the center of it says,
Yeah, Fang, any ideas?
G, and
You said the center of it says?
Yeah.
G and an N.
Let me.
Cade cocks his head. It's an N?
Well, if you look at the number 2 and you like box off the center and oh, maybe we need to add additional lines or something. K K M N. No, this isn't making sense. Ceras pulls out her whiteboard.
Ooh.
The fuck was that?
We've got a whiteboard to watch.
Fang looking over. The middle reads go.
That's a G and an O? How do you figure?
That's what they appear to be. And what do you
What
mean,
the
how do I
hell?
figure? It's just, I can see them.
Okay. So let's see. We've got that. Hold on.
I love that we broke out the whiteboards for this. Kate is like astonished at the floating magical hands that are now writing letters for all of the party. He's never seen anything like this. So, Kate, how long have you been able to conjure the things?
Well, it's very easy to do on occasion.
On
I can't do
occasion?
it too much.
Fang simultaneously has his magic hand also writing in the air, trying to figure everything out. He just has a magic hand floating over him, writing in the air.
Hey, Fang, you can absolutely write on this board that Ceras has got floating. BT dubs. Oh?
Interesting.
Indeed. Ryan wrote boyfriend. It's kind of sus. Watching you guys try to figure this out is giving me life.
What the fuck?
Kate is like sat down at this point. He's just like watching all of you.
I've actually used this before.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awkward. That's awkward. Michaelo,
in elementary school.
Michaelo, roll me a history. Roll me a history.
That is a. Hold on, what's that? 11.
You don't know what any of this means, but you think you've seen Splint draw all this once.
Yeah, I'm really just trying to help him out here.
Tyrum, this is why we leave it to the eggheads. Look at them go. Not a word between them, just strong study and magical stuff. Glad I wasn't a braised nerd.
And
Tyrum
shut
was
your
silent.
face over there.
Okay, so we've got the center of circle with a, let's see, like
Center of
like
circle
this.
equal. Go.
right, with that, and with
I can't see
Okay.
the bottom. Oh,
you can press space
I
in
can.
Japan.
I see. Also, Simon, the middle box would be this because it's boxed off.
Oh, so it would be that. Oh gee. Oh gee. What the hell does OG mean?
It's GO, not OG.
Man, who'd have thought the kid be smarter than Ceras? I'm sure she's taking that well.
What?
Hmm?
What did you even say, Feng? What?
It's GO, not OG.
Oh, yeah.
It is what the center of the circle is saying.
So
Or the
Alright.
Oh, so the center button means go. It must be to activate everything. So then, what do the others mean?
Well, let's just sit here and figure it out. We can sit there for a half hour and translate it. That would be cool.
that would be awesome. All of you roll me an investigation. Or no, Fang and Ceras, you twos have been in studying this. Is anybody else looking at this?
Yes, Luna is watching them go at it and try to piece together what they're doing.
Ceras and Fang, after a few minutes trying to decipher this, you notice two things. One, on the circle, opposite of each side is the same inscription, top to bottom, top right to bottom left, that sort of thing. And yeah, you read it like Ryan has it here. The top is BF. This one is not RB, but the other two are right. This one is NY.
It's
and this
RO.
one is. Oh no, you guys rotated the letters for the last two.
Let's go to BF.
That's
I am in agreement with Ceres.
go into
I-
BF.
that would
Let's
be.
push BF then.
Is
Uh,
BF
both
a
of them.
location?
Yeah, that's Buena Fortuna.
Oh
BF.
yeah, that makes sense. Kate's like kind of shocked that Michaelo's the one that threw that out.
Wait a minute. How old is Buena Fortuna and how old are these portals?
Centuries.
They've been there longer than my village has been established.
Buena Fortuna is that ancient?
Ceres,
Buena Fortuna was home to the religion. Was basically the promised land of Kydros and her followers.
Nice.
Kydros is not a new goddess.
No, she is not. But
So are we going to visit your holy land then, Tyrum?
It may not be in our best interest. You know, they're paranoid that one of their leaders has fallen, and they're currently trying to find anyone to make an example out of. And my face probably isn't the most welcome there at the moment.
What about this one?
Nah.
What about this one?
oh, what's that one? Well, Cade looks at all
New
of these.
Yorkshire.
Yeah,
West Yorkshire.
I
mean, that's
mean,
also an
I guess
option
we-
too. I do need to
How
steal
old is
from.
newest Yorkshire?
We do need to steal from the humans, so that could also work out. I need King Simon's crown, and that's the only place to get it.
Why
And
is that?
Why-
that's Michaelo's hometown, and they're right, kid.
So why do you need a human's crown?
I need the jewel in the crown.
Um,
You good? You don't know where you live? You losing it?
Michaelo hits it and then hits go.
Which hits well or late, Michaelo. Describe to me how you do this.
He just
Yeah.
he just puts his hand on it and then presses go.
So he presses.
Oh, fuck.
Right, so he
Don't
presses
you need
one.
to activate both of them?
He presses newest
Shut
Yorkshire.
the fuck up. You press just this one.
Yeah.
And then you press go.
Yeah.
The runes begin glowing. It seems like the portal's gonna activate, and then it comps out. Instantly deactivates.
Guys,
Ooh.
I think this is broken.
I think you did.
No, I think you need to hit both of them because when me and Fang tried to activate the portals earlier, it was close. I think it almost activated. when we
Michaelo
hit
hits both of them at the same time with his hands.
God, you're gonna need like a shadow clone or some shit for that one.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
the
hold on,
portal's,
never mind.
that portal's pretty massive. That is.
Sarah shrugs and hits the other one.
All right, ready, Ceras? 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Wait.
We hit 'em.
The two of you, the two of you hit both of them, and then the go button is finally pressed in as the portal begins starting. Is everybody on the portal? First of all,
Fang is because I was
So
investigating.
I put my character on. Well, I don't know.
I
if anybody else is
I think
involved,
everybody
but-
moved to the middle. So the entire party is then trapped in a giant blue beam of light. It encompasses the outside edge
good.
of the platform, and Cade starts backing up as it starts glowing. But he backs up into a wall of physical light. Oh, that's not good. And he looks at both Ceras and Michaelo very quickly. Well, I guess we're going on an adventure. And before he finishes saying adventure, the party is flashed out of existence, cut into a new space. You all land on the same platform. You are all standing on an island. It is surrounded by miles of water. And you all see 4 stone doors standing before you, one of which has chains on it.
Where the fuck are we now?
I don't know,
We're
Michaelo,
at
but
the
it could have been
waypoint.
avoided had you consulted the group before making a childish decision.
Can't just blame him. Sarah's pressed the button too. What are we gonna do?
We're
do
we're at
blame
the
her.
waypoint.
They're numbest
What?
portals. We can
Wait.
just go back.
Wait. What'd you say, Fang? We're at the waypoint?
That Fang didn't say that. We're at the waypoint. At least that's what my people called it.
Luna said that. My apologies. And
Yes.
The waypoint. I like the sound of that.
Yes. So after we activate the portal, which sometimes we didn't exactly know what we were doing, it worked sometimes and sometimes it didn't. But once we get to the waypoint, we can walk into pretty much any of these portals, and it takes us where we need to go.
Why is that one
Normally.
locked?
I don't know. It's been locked for as long as I can remember.
Ceras, over top of the chained door, you see 2 runes glowing, and it's the MM runes from before.
I say we go through that door.
If you guys check,
I mean, can't you see that it doesn't? It's not open. There are chains on it. The portal's not even activated.
Just because there are chains doesn't mean it can't be unchained.
I can unchain it.
I don't think we should. Over top of each
Michaelo, you
tier-
should unchain it.
Over.
If you want me to unchain it, I can unchain it.
Cade puts his hand on
You
Michael's
can
chest.
try your
First of all,
best.
don't listen to the kid. He's literally the youngest one here. We really want to go with his advice?
Yes.
I mean, I like the way he thinks.
Yeah, but the way he thinks might get us killed, and I'd rather stay in one piece.
Weren't you upset with him about thinking about grave robbing not that long ago?
Point, but I don't think we should be picking old wounds now, Luna.
Oh, listen, all I'm saying is he's agreeing with his flawed thinking, and he disagreed with it earlier.
Yeah, well, Michaelo's flawed thinking got us here.
It wasn't
I
just my
said
flawed thinking.
things. I said things, flawed thinking.
Me and
Yeah,
Ceras
and I'm talking
agreed.
about how Michaelo's flawed thinking got us here.
Tyrum's got a point. And with all that being said, Cade points at the other three doors that have one of the runes inscribed on top of it. There's the one for BF, there's the one for Newest Yorkshire, and then there's the one for YK. So, we said we were going to Newest Yorkshire. Cade steps in front of the glowing green door that has the NY runes on top of it. Then I suppose this is where we need to go. Luna, you know what that other door is. The YK, you know exactly what that is. You've been to that
Yeah,
door.
yeah, I know exactly what it is. Keep moving.
Does seeing that door make you feel anything?
Luna is pretending the door doesn't exist right now.
Ceres goes. Oh, go ahead.
How obvious is it that Luna is trying to not look like he knows where that door goes?
Well, everyone's been talking about the chain door right now, so he's just looking at the chain door and talking to the group.
Everybody roll me a perception. And Josh, roll me a
That's a-
deception, but
that's
don't
a-
tell me what you get.
That's a 14.
19.
Ooh.
Let's see, 16.
Luna, what do they got to beat?
Well, I have a -1 to charisma. I rolled a 2.
In
In
the midst of everybody arguing, the whole entire party gets the foreboding feeling that Luna has not said anything in quite some time, and then you all notice kind of sticking to himself.
What did you say, Ceres?
Luna,
Yes.
what do you? You look like you know what that door is. You
Okay,
said
look
you've
like
been
you've
here
seen a
quite a
ghost.
few times.
YH.
Which door? Which door are we talking about?
The big one, the scary one with the chains on it, that makes me feel very uncomfortable. It feels like a lot of bad things happened, maybe. At
Well,
some
to be
point.
honest with you, I don't know anything about that door.
Michaelo was
Unfortunately.
thinking.
Roll me a deception.
Michaelo
I'm
was
not lying to you.
thinking-
There's no need. I promise you.
Josh,
Guys!
roll me a
Luna,
deception check.
I got
You've
it.
been here.
He said the chain door. He said the chain door.
But
Wait, hold on,
Luna,
wait, what?
Luna, you've been here time and time before, so where does that YK door lead then?
No, he asked me about. Ceres asked Luna about the chain door. I don't know
Yes,
shit about
and
the chain
Tyrum is
door.
asking about the fucking YK door.
Oh, okay. Never mind. That door leads to Yggdrasil's keep.
Oh wait. Kate starts rolling his
Yggdrasil.
hand. He starts rolling his hand. Wait, you mean to tell me that's how we get into that godforsaken village?
Yeah, that's the only way.
What do you need from Yggdrasil's keep, Cade?
Well, I gotta go put some magical inscriptions inside of a dead god, but that's neither here.
Do
nor there.
what?
That sounds pretty easy. Should we do that first?
I'd say.
Sounds like
I think we should probably go to Newest Yorkshire. That'd probably be better.
I don't.
wait,
I don't
wait.
know if we should really go to there.
Why not?
Well, where's the door to go back to where we came from?
I don't see a door per se. Kay looks back at the platform that we just stepped off, but who knows? Maybe we can get that thing to work again. backwards.
Ceres looks at it. Is it just a platform, or is there any runes on it?
It's the same runes as the ones in Dead End.
Oh, very good. She goes ahead and she reads the runes to see which one says what's our city called here again?
Dead
That
End?
would
Dead
be Dead End. Yeah, she's looking for DE.
Kade watching you investigate. What you got, kid?
Well, I'm looking for Dead End. Is it the exact same? So like I could find it right here.
If it's up there, yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Oh.
Fang looks for dead ends. Looks at the symbols with Ceras.
Kade's
Well,
watching you
there's
look for it.
there's YN. What does YN mean?
YN? I think that's YS.
YS.
Yeah.
Ah. Wait. Really?
Yeah.
It's got the little dot, the left side right here. That's definitely an N, and the one below it is definitely like a Y or something. Right?
Hold up. Ceras, you've definitely figured it out.
Oh yes, NY, North Yorkshire. Okay, hold on. um,
Oh. There is no dead end.
there is no dead end. Very cool. Well, I was not expecting that, since portals. And my bad, everyone.
Kade walks over. I'm sure there's a way. There's got to be a way to go back. I mean, this is a portal too. But
maybe.
Should we just hit all the
Maybe-
buttons?
I don't know if that's a good idea because last time we hit all the buttons, the runes chained.
Well, we only
Right, so
we
say
only
we
hit
go through the
we only
chain
hit
door.
2 of the
Touching
buttons
buttons.
last time.
I think I'm
What'd you
just
say,
going
Tyrum?
to hit. Listen, we still have to claim loot we have to claim our prize from the Lich King anyways. We need to get back there if we want a little compensation.
Well,
that
Ceras, we
ridiculous
should have thought
battle.
about that before you pushed the button.
Well, I'm sorry that I'm a curious person. Maybe have some joy and whimsy in your heart. God damn.
Maybe
Fang
you
nudges
should learn to
Michaelo.
control
Hey, you
your
should go unlock
impulses.
that door.
What?
Talk about impulses.
But it's-
Impulses. Oh, impulse control.
Fang
Don't talk to
Fang
me about
nudges Michaelo.
impulse
You should
control,
go
Mona.
unlock that door while they're arguing.
Are you whispering
Oh,
this?
okay.
Yes.
Michaelo walks over to the cage door.
Sarah
What
starts
do you
signing.
mean? What do you
at
talk?
Kane.
What are you upset about me
This
about
fucking-
impulse
this-
control?
This actual maniac throws himself head first into battles, almost getting himself killed at all times, and yet he is chastising me for impulse control. I cannot believe this. And she's signing all of this to Kane.
Kade starts like gesturing. All right, kid, calm down. I hear you. Look, let's just figure
What
out
is
how to
she
get back to
saying?
Dead End.
Hey DM,
Hey,
what do I gotta? Can I lock pick these chains?
they don't seem to be held up by anything specifically, but if you roll me an investigation, I'll tell you if they're magic or not.
All right.
Kade
Can't
starts.
believe this. I cannot.
Kid, it's all right. Hey, listen, I hear
That's
you.
an
Come on.
11.
That's the chains are just up there, strong, and there is no lock for them to be taken down.
Okay. Michaelo raises his sword.
Like this guy, I can't, like this guy, look at him, look at him.
All right,
look
all
at
right, all right.
And he slices it!
Kade sprints over and tries to grab your hand before you swing to the chain.
Yeah, you're definitely not beating a
Hey,
ninja
He's
slice.
in the middle
Okay,
of
okay,
Ceras when
you're-
he even see Michaelo swinging
You're
his sword.
talking-
Oh yeah, no, Kade's definitely looking at the rest of the party. He is going to run over and roll me an acrobatics, Michaelo.
What are you doing? Oh,
Oh,
my god.
that is a 12.
Okay. Kade starts like sprinting over to you, and right before he steps to you, he He actually pulls his hand back because you chop right where he was about to grab. So in hopes to not lose fingers, he pulls back last second. Your sword clashes with the chain, and both you and the chain reverberate like hitting a steel wall. Your entire body is shook. Ooh. Cade's hair stands up a little bit. That didn't look like it felt very good. Let's calm down with the actions,
Michaelo
all right?
raises his sword again.
Wait! Cade steps between you and the door. All right. Okay. All right, kid. Come on. He puts his hands on your hilt in like hands, and he slowly lowers your sword. Let's not be too hasty.
But it's locked. We didn't unlock it.
And we can figure out how to unlock
Eldritch
it
Blast?
later. With Michaelo and Cade standing in front of the door?
I don't see why.
I mean, the
wouldn't be
door's
able to
pretty
aim around
massive.
them.
He should probably be able
Yeah.
to hit the chains, right? Yeah.
No.
I got
it's
evasion,
this
so.
While this is going on,
That's not the
Ceras
point.
goes back to the portal and presses go.
Ceras, you instill a little bit of mana and press the go button alone without pressing anything else, and the portal
Correct.
warps. Then the portal warps just you straight back to dead end where you just were.
I mean, Tyrum never moved from.
Oh, Tyrum, you are also in the
Neither did
portal.
Luna.
The two of you that didn't move off, anybody on that portal is now warped back to dead end. As Cade, Michaelo, and Fang are left in the nowhere zone.
Cade?
Ceras,
Cade? There, go on!
Cade like grabs your shell. God damn it, Michaelo! This is why I told you to wait a fucking minute. Cade is freaking out. I don't like swimming. He walks
What the
over.
fuck is going on?
He walks over and he just brushes past Fang. Jesus Christ! They left us here. They're not gonna be able to come back.
Are you just dragging me
what
through my with my shell?
Yes, he's dragging you behind like a.
Michaelo
bad
hits the
child.
go button.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Oh, shit. Does that mean that the people who are still on a platform are still on the platform when he hits that go button?
Yes.
And we're just getting ready to swap
Yeah.
places.
Ceras, Tyrum, and Luna, you end up back into the nowhere zone as Fang, Michaelo, and Cade end up back in dead end. Holy shit!
Oh,
You
well, they're
all-
not here.
All of you roll me a Constitution save.
Ceras crosses her arms and looks up at Tyrum with a big smirk on her face, and then they get teleported back.
14.
All right.
23.
Holy shit!
19.
That was an 18.
Anybody that didn't roll higher than a 15, you feel sick, and you start throwing up magical colored throw up.
Kid, I don't know if I like fast travel.
You alright,
Tyrum, maybe we have to hit it again.
Wait, you know what the war could you guys about? I forgot to
Hit the button.
Ceras hits the button.
Cade steps off the platform as Michaelo is throwing up. All right, backing up.
Meg
then
also walks away from the throw up.
and then Michaelo switches one more time with
God.
Tyrum, Luna, and Ceras. You three are back. And the vomit teleported as well.
Around the platform.
And welcome back. Who keeps hitting the go button? I don't think that's a good revolving door
Kate!
strategy.
We should get off
Wait,
this
we were
platform.
Hey,
We were
Michaelo,
swapping places. That's cool.
Michaelo, you're literally in the other realm by yourself.
yourself, yeah.
Oh.
Michaelo,
Where's Michaelo?
he was still on the platform when you spammed the go button. Michaelo, when you land, the vomit that was on the platform rematerializes in an overhead space above you. It drops onto the backside of your cloak and shell.
Ugh. Michaelo hops off the platform.
Come back.
Just straight into the water.
No, like off the teleport.
Did you jump? Oh, all right. So you just step off. Roll me another con save.
Oh god. Oh my god, that's a natural 1.
Ooh.
Hey man, don't worry, I rolled a 1 too.
You wobble off and you just drop to your knees. It's like stomach turning cramps hit you, and you just throw up water amounts of magical energy.
Oh my
like
god.
magic rainbow colored vomit, and you just feel like shit. Ceras, you said you hit the go button again.
No, Ceras looks. Where's Michaelo? Should I go back over and get him?
Well, somebody has to go get him.
Oh,
All right, but here's what we're gonna do.
Ooh.
Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna go back over there, count to fucking 45, so that whoever comes back to this side can be escorted off the platform. Deal?
I see. Very good. Ceras smacks the go button.
Seriously.
Oh,
Oh, Luna, did you ever get off the platform?
No!
Paris and Luna, you end up back in dead end. Both of you roll me another con save.
All right,
That's
baby.
where we
They
were,
would they would be back in no man's
No,
land.
we're back
Yeah.
in the gateway. The
That's
gateway.
another
We're back in the
19.
gateway.
That is
Okay,
another
Yeah, no,
19.
that's a fucking 13.
Okay, so just
Everybody is talking at the same time.
Yes.
Michaelo is back at the gateway. Everybody else had stepped off the platform before it got hit again. So me and Ceras are still on the platform because I didn't get off in time.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
So that means
No.
That means Fang, Kade, and Tyrum are on no man's
In
land.
dead end.
No, dead end.
Dead end.
Okay.
Ceras,
Ceras,
Luna, and Michaelo are at the gateway.
Yes. Because remember, he was jumping off into the water or whatever.
my,
lost
He was going
no, I'm
to-
not jumping in the water. I just got
Oh,
off the
He was
platform.
getting
Michaelo,
off
you
the
look-
platform.
You look very sick, Michael.
Oh my God. Ceras, no
Wow.
more teleportation for today, please.
Michael, we've got to do one more. Let's clean
What do
you
you
up
What do you
first.
mean? What? No, no.
She drags
Look.
Michaelo into
My
the
Lilo
water
starts
and-
putting his claws in the ground. Please, no.
Luna's trying to crawl off the fucking platform.
Luna, you get back on that platform right now.
Oh, oh.
No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Too many travel. Too many travel.
Ceras pulls them both back on and hits the go button.
No!
All three of you roll me one more con save.
3.
Fuck.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a 16.
I'm
Well,
really glad
technically it
that
would
I
be a
was
6, but it still doesn't fucking matter.
You know what's crazy?
I got a
Michaelo
16.
and Ceras, you both rolled a 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you both feel sick. Luna, you straight up pass out.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's maybe
Yo!
teleportation for me today as well.
Michaelo starts
Ooh.
dragging himself off the fucking platform. Tyrum, I'm never pressing buttons again. Oh.
Good.
Luna's passed out on the fucking floor in his own vomit face down.
Cade walks over to you, Luna, and he drags your body to the edge where the crocodiles were swimming, and he just like cookie dips you into the water to wash the throw off your face, and pulls you back out, rolls you over, kicks you in the leg. Oi, come on then, can't lay around all day. We got stuff to do.
So where are we gonna go, Cade? Now that everyone has amply gotten themselves sick.
Hopefully a
Well, let's
doctor.
go collect our reward from the Lich King.
I
Speak
would
for
like.
yourself.
I hope it's motion sickness stuff.
I just hope everybody's learned a valuable lesson today about touching stuff. And his Cade's eyes dash between Michaelo and Fang very quickly a bunch of times.
Fang has
Yes,
not
you-
touched anything.
You
Fang
should be looking at Ceres.
surely fucking did.
You like
Fang did not touch anything. I just inquired.
experimentation. That's what I have learned today. Very good lesson, Cade.
Yeah. Cade points to copy on his side, Fang, and the little mimic bag like purrs and bites at his finger real playfully, like a cat. And then he points at you, Fang. Don't touch anything.
Can somebody drag me?
Anything.
Cade walks over to you, Michael, and he crouches down. So, do you want my help yet?
With what?
Movement.
Yeah. Just like grab my right leg and just drag me.
I won't be doing all of that, but Cade walks and picks you up by the back end of your shell, right behind your neck, and then he does the same thing, and he just dips your face into the water to get the throw up off of your hood and back.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
basically toilet bowling you. He undips you and he looks at you. So, off to see the Lich King then? Shiny Bones is sure gonna love this news.
Well, I guess so.
And Cade starts dragging Michaelo and Luna up the stairs. Your legs are just dragging up stone steps, up a long stairwell. Cade's whistling and has no remorse for dragging you up the stairs this way.
Tyrum, I am going to
I
listen
hope I
to
don't
you
wake up with a fucking headache.
from now on.
Fang is just petting Fred as they're walking up the stairs.
Raito
Got
is
Fred's
like,
head. Go ahead.
no, Fred's head.
Fred's head's just like poking out of Fang's shirt, and he's just kind of like petting it.
Oh. Raito is like nibbling at your feet, Luna, as you're being dragged up this stone stairwell.
Ah, man, too bad I'm unconscious.
Oh, kid, when are you gonna make time to fix up Bucket? And Bucket is like limping up the stairs.
along. Ceras is actively working on Bucket as we're moving.
Oh, straight to it then. Good. So, Tyrum, what are you looking to get from the Lich King? You keep bringing him up.
I haven't said a thing about the Lich King today.
I think he wants a sword or a shield.
Wait, I thought you said something back on the island about coming back to the Lich King.
No, that's just
No,
me.
I mean, he gave us a bounty. We should collect on it.
Yes.
Yeah, not one to leave loose ends, even more loose than we've been leaving some ends.
Not really sure if I remember the reward that he offered for this bounty.
You'd be surprised, because I don't remember a reward per se, but since we cleared it out for him, I imagine he won't stop us from using the portals, which is a plus.
If that's the reward, I'll walk.
Oh, come on, Michaelo. It isn't that bad. Besides, the runes changed. Imagine where else it could take us. And he whispers to you, Michaelo, Oni Island?
Michaela stands up. All right, guys, we need to go get this reward. He starts marching his way.
as you pull ahead, Cade picks Luna up and throws them on your back.
Oh,
Good.
okay. I guess I'm carrying this guy.
Yes, I mean, you see, I did your dirty work for you long enough. It's time for you to pick up your slack. All right.
Well, at least one of you is up.
Morning, Princess. Luna, you are now back to consciousness.
Oh, no, I was just making moaning noises because you fucking tossed me unconscious.
The jerk jerked you awake.
No, okay. Oh, God. How many times did we use the fucking portal?
Michael is still carrying him.
Yeah.
I lost count after
Me
3.
down.
Michael,
We shouldn't use the
Michael
portal
just
more
drops
than 3 times. Oh, God.
Maybe this is, something we should do on occasion for long trips. Maybe not the back and forth thing that we all experience
No.
today, right?
No, not at all. No.
I thought it was kind of fun.
Yeah, it looks
You thought it was fun? Just wait till you get fucked up from it. Oh, God. My insides hurt.
Imagine being mass disintegrated and redisintegrated isn't really good on the innards, As the party finally makes their way to the top of the dungeon, back by the where the red orb was, sitting in the top corner to the left is a giant frost spider, not like the one that was battled before, but a big, floofy, icy spider, and it's missing a few legs. Cade points at it and says, "Ah, there she is. She's like a mascot in this place. They say she almost gave her life fighting down here. Some adventurers came through and really fucked that spider up, but citizens of Dead End have learned to love her. I think they
Kill her
call
with
it
fire.
Trace.
Why
So
would
she's
they?
not a threat.
Why
No.
would they fuck up the spider like that? He's just
Well,
chilling.
I imagine they came down here with unwell intentions, but who knows? Wait,
Sound like a couple of assholes.
probably. Fang, are you actually casting fire-related spells?
No.
Okay, good. As the party gets to the big stone doors, the spider drops down and tries to nuzzle Raitu, and Raitu nuzzles her back. And Fang, you can see small flakes of like ice mana crystals kind of like floating around.
Does Luna see this too? Because I'm pretty sure I think I pay attention to the unknown creature that's
Did I
snuggling up
not?
against my cat.
If I didn't say Luna saw this, I thought I did. But yes, Luna.
You should thing.
Oh, okay. It's twice today.
Interesting. Can I roll to, I don't know, perceive something from that?
You see the ice and you can feel the energy, and it looks like Raitu's having a lot of fun, kind of like nuzzling this giant frost spider.
I wonder if it's connected to how cold he is at times.
Yeah, that cat that you got is real interesting. I've never seen anything approach the fucking mascot, but I guess there's a first thing for everything. Usually animals don't like to be near giant predators.
Yes, I agree with that. It is kind of odd. But then again, these are two predators.
Yeah, we're calling Raitu a predator? Yeah, okay.
Well, when he gets old enough, he will be, but I mean, he is a giant cat.
If you say so. Alright then, back to the city. And so the party makes their way back to the Adventurers Guild, where Shiny Bones has been giving a class on adventuring to a bunch of new recruits. The bar has been closed, and they seem to be locked in strong training combat. Sparring, weight training, puppet, dummy fighting. They're practicing different levels of ranged attacks. Tyrum, this would have reminded you of your younglings when you guys used to practice. Yeah, Shiny Bones is walking in his very silk and pristine cloak, and he's kind of giving the trainees cadence. They seem to be swinging on his command, and some are even fighting against undead soldiers.
Tyrum leans up against the counter and waits for the Lich King to notice us.
The Lich King is turned back away from you guys, and he does not notice anything as he is engrossed in like drill commander training. Kade looks at you all and says, "Alright, damn it, it's me. I'm gonna head back down and look into some more things in my office real quick. You guys get whatever it is you want from the Lich King, and then we will pack and get ready to depart." And he points at the party. Newest Yorkshire or Ysildra's Keep? You guys decide where we're going. I need stuff from both. And he quickly makes his way down the side alley into the Little Thieves Guild.
Tyrum takes out the patch from the Drocodile and like slaps it on the bar.
Lich King turns around. And you guys are back sooner than I expected. What can I do for you?
Couple questions, really.
Pertaining to anything specific, or are you just gonna leave me here in the middle of training?
I was curious as to how and why you procured Drocodiles.
Oh, the Drocodiles. They were sweet back in the day. I really wanted to keep them as pets, But I had a real big... Yeah, sweet. That's what I said. I had a whole phase about keeping things alive and trying to tame it. It never got around to taming those dang old sweethearts.
Ceras looks at the Lich King and waves at him.
Shiny Bones waves back enthusiastically.
Ceras approaches and goes, "Well, you see, Mr. L. King, they got really, really big, and they were heating up your dungeons and allowing people to escape."
Escape? Who escaped?
Well, one for one, Ceras looks at her notes. Fucking, what's her name?
Wait,
Zafira?
out of game. Did y'all already tell him that Zafira was free?
No.
Yes, we did.
Who?
I
We did.
Ceras asked because she was like, how did she like who helped her escape? And then it was like, who do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, so you already told him that Zafira escaped. All right.
Yeah, but
Yes.
he didn't know how she escaped.
Escaped. Okay, thank you.
Still not exactly certain as to how.
Say what?
I said,
Well,
I don't believe we're still exactly certain as to how.
so it was just she escaped, but it wasn't like Dutch didn't go in there and do anything. She just got melted out
Yeah, the
from the
ice thawed
crocodiles.
from the crocodiles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Wow,
Ceres
so it was
tells the
just
Lich King,
coincidence.
yeah,
super
the,
coincidental. Ah, so you said they started melting the ice? Well, I guess that makes
yes.
sense as to how Sapphira escaped. Freed from her shackles, she's quite the sorceress. But it matters not. The people of Dead End will be ready should she try anything here. I care not for the rest of the world. I've done my good deeds. And he
What
Ceres
succeeds.
looks
exactly is she capable of?
Well, uh, she always had a strong obsession with perfect beings, and somehow that led her to lycanthropy? I don't know how that disease has inspired her to be perfect, per se, but strong addictions run for strange peoples, I suppose.
Ceres looks at the Elk King. Well, Mr. Elk King, I wouldn't ask anything of you if I didn't believe it would affect your city, since you have done your good deeds. You care about that end, of course. But this Zephira, we have decent information, and we can uh extrapolate from said information that she is creating an army of lycanthropes.
The
Uh,
Lich, the
We
yes.
fought
Fey,
one of her experiments. They were huge. Tyrum
Shiny Bones,
stabbed one of their balls.
you stabbed a werewolf in the nuts?
Yep, and we killed two crocodiles that were formerly yours that were, running rampant downstairs.
Ah, well, I suppose I should go rise those, but more than that, I guess no more ice will be melting out. I didn't know I didn't know they had some internal heating issues, but something to look into. Something I will have my scholars investigate. And then the Lich King gets down on your level, Ceres, and you look into his bony, hollow, lifeless skull eyes, and then you see a bit of mana, like an ignite, like a fire. And then the fire slowly gets bigger. And Ceres, roll me perception.
Mm, all right, that would be a perception. I am going to use a luck point. That's a 14.
You get lucky enough to see it. Inside, you see the souls of many, thousands of defeated, and the Lich King locks in on you, Ceres, and he says, no matter the size of her army, I can assure you she won't be hurting me. You feel a mass amount of fear run up your back as you see the depth of the Lich King's power.
Oh, so literally, Sarah's like kind of a gulp. Okay. Uh, she kind of nods and goes, "Well, I suppose then, I suppose it is better that you know of it now, then."
He stands up, but I do appreciate the free knowledge. I always like learning things. And little did I know that those sweet little alligators would turn into such fucking pains in my ass. If I'm being honest, I haven't been there in quite some time. Personal matters, of course. He looks at Tyrum. And so, was it you that killed my crocodiles, specifically?
Killed one of them.
Then a grand warrior you are. Who seemed to have killed the other?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you're telling me that because of those two crocodiles, that bitch escaped and she was able to plan the destruction of my village because of two crocodiles?
The Lich King looks at you, raising your voice. Roll me perception.
That is a. I got a higher perception now. Ooh, there's a 24.
Holy shit. Luna, as you start feeling yourself slip into the mass rage and emotions, you lock eyes with the Lich King, and you can truly see the depth of what his power is. You see thousands, centuries worth of conquered foes and defeated enemies of all status, rank, strengths, and teachings. This Lich King is not somebody you want to be yelling at, but nonetheless,
Oh, he
you only glance into his power. You can take that how you want.
Luna. After seeing what he just saw, is kind of shook a little bit. Still angry and pissed off. He's not particularly angry. I apologize for the outburst. I'm not angry at you. It's just what a coincidence. Luna sits down at the bar and just starts rubbing his temples.
Shiny Bone walks over to you, very uppity, hands behind his back, chin to the ceiling. You know, he's really starting to step into that royal feel. You know, I can't help but feel like this might have been my fault due to some negligence. So I offer you one assistance. You get one favor from the Lich King, and he puts his hand out to shake yours.
Luna looks up at him. A favor, and shakes his hand.
Luna, when you shake his hand, you feel an immense heat burn into your palms as a small skull symbol is pretty much inscribed into your palm that's shaking his hand.
Oh.
Does it hurt?
It does. It hurts like fuck.
What is?
Yes. Always at first, but let it be a reminder of the Lich King's patience. My favor, whenever you need it, so long as you call out for me first. I'll help you one time. No questions asked. Though I must say, my assistance doesn't come at small price.
Thank you for your favor. I appreciate it. Ah.
Do be sure to use it wisely. And he looks at you, Tyrum. And you!
Hello.
Hello? Oh, it's going now.
And me.
Hello, Joshua.
What did you just say, sir?
I said, he looks at you and he says, his help comes at no small cost, so use it wisely. He then turns towards Tyrum. You, slayer of at least one of the crocodiles, what is it that you desire? Brave warrior like yourself under such a headstrong goddess deserves rewards, I'd assume. Wait, he looks at you for just a moment. Whom do you serve? I see a light and a darkness in you.
Tyrum flashes the symbol of Kydros.
The light, huh? I wouldn't have taken that bet 200 years ago. And he scoffs to himself. But nonetheless,
Let's talk of the darkness.
my apologies.
Ceras will remember this.
So, what is I can do for you?
You know, Lich King, I've been in your beautiful town for a total of a day, maybe two. I've seen plenty of refreshing things that give me hope for the new world. I've seen things that disgust me. And
What disgusts you in my beautiful city?
oh, the crocodiles. They disgusted me.
They were sweethearts. And then he leans in. Technically, they were outside the city, but I get what you're saying. Don't go around telling people those things are here, all right? I don't a bad reputation that I've got. Big scary Lich King.
There's a nice mithril shield.
Oh, you mean the shop? He points to the top of the hill. And what the fuck is that old dwarf's name?
Got it.
Get it! Yes! Oh. Apologies, dear Tyrum. I will not be arguing with old drunk dwarves.
For I don't know if you've seen it firsthand, but they can be quite stubborn. And seeing as he's not actually a citizen of this town, I can't make him do anything. Though I suppose I could go rough him up for it if you want. And the fire kind of like seeps out of his cloak. That smoke from the picture begins bubbling at his feet.
Couldn't you just buy it from him?
Buy it? Where's the fun in that?
I thought
Would you take
supported
pleasure in
businesses.
harming this dwarf?
Oh,
Hello?
can you hear me?
You cut
Yeah.
off.
Yes.
Yes.
You
Not
cut
at all.
out.
I am sorry. Not at all. I don't like hurting anybody. But,
But
well,
what about supporting his business? I thought you were all about supporting businesses.
sorry. Old habits. I wasn't always so patient. Right, yes. How much for the he snaps. The shield. How much for the shield?
I believe he said somewhere in the 700 range.
The Lich
Gold,
King,
that is.
the Lich King pulls out a satchel of gold at his side. Let it be known that I don't usually pay people to take care of the stuff that I don't want to. I ask nicely. But for you lot, you seem like a good group of heroes. And especially since I know who you're working with, I put a lot of trust in Kade Kunningtale. So consider this an investment. He throws you a bag, Ceras, that has 1,000 gold pieces in it. And then he points at you, and then he points at Tyrum. Split the rest of it up however you see fit. But the elf gets the shield. So make sure all is right with that.
Ceras nods.
Good. Oh, there.
Hiram sticks his hand out to the Lich King.
The Lich King gracefully shakes your hand. A pleasure. And appreciate it.
Hiram nods his head.
That being said, what are you guys going to do now? Since you're here, I might as well get the information firsthand.
Well,
We haven't decided yet.
Yeah. Ceras looks over at Michaelo, and then looks up at Tyrum.
We've got stops all over the continent.
And your absolute graciousness, great king, you're allowing us to use the portals, correct? Because we got it to work.
And wait, what? You got it to work?
Works a
you
little
wanted
too
to
well.
work? What? He like looks at both of you. You got it to work? I forgot how to read Gnomish a long time ago. I couldn't decipher the damn letters. He starts getting a little frustrated. Yeah, I now remember why I stopped going down there. That fucking puzzle. Stupid Gnomish ingenuity. And he looks at the rest of you. Yes, use the portal, but I request that the next time you do it, come with, because you, small one, will teach me how to do it.
Very well. Ceras nods and smiles. And she goes, well, I suppose since you don't really have much, you've got other things to do. I understand why you didn't ask one of the gnomes. I'm assuming there are gnomes here. I haven't seen any though.
Gnomes? In this city? Please.
Yes.
They ran away from this place as soon as I started draining life from the old great forest. Once it became Moore's Marsh, those gnomes went so far up north I never saw another one again. And of course, I'm
I
not
guess
leaving.
it makes sense.
But let it be known that I'm not going to go looking either. I don't like to stray too far from the cold, you know? Though heat
Yes.
really bothers my bones.
Oh yes, and might be a good idea to, I don't know, post some guards or some sort of traps, some sort of crazy traps in there, because it looks like it's a two-way portal.
Two-way?
Yes, so
Interesting.
people can come through. We ended up at the waypoint, and we were able to make it back. So if someone wanted to, don't know, sneak into your city with a lycanthrope army and attack it from within,
Or
They
if
could.
someone wanted to let Zafira out.
Oh, can you also make the traps not go off for us?
Yeah, can we also, for the safety of your city, of course.
He like sighs. I knew peace in this city wasn't going to last forever. You know how old I am? Old enough to see all of your generations at their starts. And here I am, still trying to figure out the world's problems. Politics never change, and some people always suck. On with it, then. He turns to the cadets that have been at attention this whole time. The knights line sharp and very uniformly behind him. Dismissed, dismissed. Training for the day is done. All of you out of my sight. And the young knights all salute and scatter with no hesitation. Good. Now then, show me the way.
Um, uh, yeah, I think Ceres will start walking unless anybody else is trying to do something. Oh,
Well,
by the shield. Yeah, that's right. Tyrum's got.
Well,
Ceres,
okay,
why don't you show him the portal, and we'll go acquire his shield, and then
Excellent.
we'll meet back here.
Ceres hands Tyrum the pouch. Make sure to save some for me. Oh, actually, if you could buy me some ammunition and some powder. I've been out of ammunition for quite some time.
Tyrum nods his head.
Save some for the rest
Thing-
of everybody.
Alright. So, Ceres is going to take the Lich King
I'm gonna follow
down
Ceres.
to the portals. And,
Thing is also going to go with Ceres.
So Michaelo
As
and
she's,
Fang-
as she's walking, she asks she's gonna ask the Lich King, so, Mr. El King, I have the question about how your dominion works here.
In what sense? Because to everybody, I am, to some, God. Others a mighty ruler. To some, just a strong protector.
Well,
The city's-
how does one become a citizen of Dead End?
You swear your oath under a circle of truth. And that is it.
And let's say that maybe if someone died, that they could be resurrected by you for their service, or how does that work? Did all the undead just come off the land, or were those all people who volunteered?
He raises his hand up. The people of this city respect my power, and so I respect their lives. I have a lot longer than most of these people, so as for respect of the dead, I raise people's families, and they take care of my tasks. They build, they take care of menial labor, but we always show appreciation for the dead, of course. We never disrespect the souls resurrected. It is strictly forbidden to harm anybody risen in this city. But nonetheless, it's a beautiful culture. People say
So
their
let-
goodbyes and they get their closure.
So what if
Like taxes.
Yeah. I like Texas.
Fang looks at the Lich King. Would you be willing to teach me your necromancy?
Absolutely not.
I
I teach no one.
You were
Sir-
teaching your cadets in the bar, were you not?
Simply knights. They learn sword play from an old man. That's it. But necromancy? The last apprentice I had. He's like balling his bony fingers together. If I ever get my hands on that boy, let it be known that I will kill him and rise him as many times as it takes to make this hatred go away. I will never teach another soul.
And who was this? Who was this one? Apprentice of yours?
The Lich King stares at you. His expression is blank, but you can feel the aggression. Why does it matter to you?
Well, I'm assuming if he's a necromancer, he's still alive and out there, or maybe undead and out there. So if we run into him, would you like us to tell you?
If you run into him, you better kill him before I do.
Of course, it would if we can, but as you are ancient and powerful and all that, would he not also be ancient and powerful?
And the Lich King sighs. He's not as ancient and powerful as me, no. I, 20 years ago, I took in an orphan, a fire genasi. I taught him everything I knew. He seemed like a strong-willed and an intelligent boy. He picked up on it all very fast, but curses his lackadaisical attitude towards things led him astray. And then he attacked me. He even stole from me in my own city. If I ever see that boy again, it'll be his last.
Okay, so Fire Genasi Necromancer. Let's make sure we might if we find him, I will
Is that an official contract on his head?
Yes, yes, it is. Since you lot were kind enough to take care of
Wait,
my
was Tyrum there?
poorly.
No, we're split up now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I'm sorry.
That's what
I
I'd
didn't know
like to
they
know
were-
too.
I
I
didn't know
wish we weren't split up. That's what I'm thinking, Tiro.
I
Does
didn't
that
know that.
mean-
I didn't know we split already.
Yeah. Does that mean there is an official bounty on his head from you?
For you, absolutely. Kill him and tell Kade that I'll pay whatever he wants should you find this arson.
Artisan?
Indeed, the young lad only went by one name. Said it connected him to his home.
Ceres looks back at Luna and or no, sorry, it wasn't Luna. Looks back at
Michaelo and Fang.
Michaelo and Fang. He goes, do we know that guy? Is that the guy we know?
He's not someone I'm familiar with.
I feel like we've met an arson before.
You're
cannot
asking someone who
remember.
pays no attention. I don't know.
I don't think we've met any fire genasi though, but I feel like I've heard the name arson before.
I think it was in Kate's backstory.
Ceres like kind of shrugs and goes, "We'll figure it out."
Yeah.
You all walk with the Lich King around the back of the mountain that his castle sits on, back to the Hall of Heroes. And as you arrive at the grand doors, he waves his hand and the doors open. And then he begins chanting, speaking in an undead language. And as soon as he finishes, a pathway of stairs appears next to the stone doors, right in the entrance, past the stone doors, to the right. Well, there you go, down to the bottom.
Ceres leads the way.
Stairwell takes you all the way down to the room and comes out of one of the walls that has those magical inscriptions glowing on it. You basically got a top to bottom stairwell.
Excellent. Ceres walks over and she pulls out a piece of paper and she writes the code combination or the little key. And here you are, Mr. Lich King.
Yeah, he pulls out a small pair of reading glasses that fit over like the side of his skull, not on his nose because he doesn't have one. So they just kind of like snug on the side of his skull over his eye sockets. And he leans in. Damn, I didn't know that it was that simple. I would have come down here years ago.
As
even
you
eight.
said,
It's not even the.
you're a very busy man.
I mean, yes, but it's not even like the original Gnomish language. It's just ancient Gnome.
As Tyrum is walking with Luna, he feels a certain burn in his chest
Oh,
because the Lich King just said that.
Does Luna notice this? Do I have to roll for that?
It's like
I'm making a joke about the fact that Tyrum thinks the Lich King is lazy.
Oh.
it's like indigestion. Speaking of, as Ceras is explaining all this to the Lich King, going on back and forth about the magic's inner workings of that portal, Tyrum and Luna, you lads make your way back up to Gadet's shop.
Tyrum takes the lead as he opens the door.
Gadet is passed out at the table in front of you, completely
Of course he
unconscious.
is.
The keg
Oh,
of
boy.
alcohol is gone. He's got all of his gold in a bag behind his counter. It looks to be kept in some magical inscripted box, but it's not closed, you know. And he is like beard on forehead, face on the table.
I walk up to him and I cast Lesser Restoration on him.
You just cured the man's alcohol poisoning. Congratulations.
He was going to die. He was going to be dead. He was going to puke and drown in his puke.
Exactly. The beard was going to become a bowl and it was going to suffocate him. But, I mean, he's still unconscious, but he feels better now.
Yeah. Tyrum, would you like to wake him up now that he's not drunk anymore?
Tyrum looks around for something in the shop that would make a loud noise if it.
Luna pushes him over.
You push Tyrum?
No, the dwarf. He's laying on a table or some shit, right? Or is he on the floor? Yeah, I push him off the fucking table or whatever.
Well, that wasn't very
Let gravity,
nice,
letting gravity take over.
Tyrum, as you look around for something to use to wake him up, you just hear a thud behind you. Gadet is still completely unconscious, guys.
Ah,
There's
Damn,
no-
that didn't do
Taking too
anything.
long.
Does Tyrum see anything that would make a loud noise?
You see the hammer at his blacksmithing table. It looks to be a pretty good size. You also see a couple like pans hanging up in the back wall for whatever he cooks food with. They're akin to big woks.
Tyrum takes one of the woks and puts it down next to Gadet's head, and he takes the smithing hammer, and he gives the wok a nice smack on its
Luna
base.
covers his ears.
It sounds like a church bell going off, which, you know, if you've ever been next to one in person, it's not fun. You both see Gadet's body fucking reverberate with the sound of the wok gong going off, and he sits up. What something? What? He looks.
Hey, you want more gold?
He looks at you both. I'm gonna be honest. My arms are dead, tired. I can't work another inch, another ounce, even if you paid me.
Oh, don't
Well,
you
the good
worry. I don't
news
need
is
you
we're not-
forging anything.
Yes, we're only here to buy a specific piece of equipment.
He looks at you. What equipment?
Give me
that
that
shield you
mithril
got
shield.
up there.
You want? It's. No, I don't actually have to throw up. I just feel like I have to throw up. Call it instinct. How much did I tell you for the shield? Is it 1,000 gold?
500.
You said-
You said it was 500 last time.
Sure, I said 500. I don't think I'd let that shield go for
Actually, hold on. He said 550. He said 550.
550.
That's right, 550. No, that's what you
looks
said.
At he looks at the barrel and he looks at the two of you. I'm so sorry. He like starts dusting himself off and standing up, trying to straighten himself out. I don't know if I would actually let that go for 550. I seem to have been just a little bit drunk. I apologize.
You know what, Gadget? We're understanding, all right. You know that sometimes we understand that sometimes we make mistakes when we're judgment impaired, and I'm a reasonable man, you know. So 625.
Sorry, love. I don't really. Realistically, it's a mithril shield of the highest caliber. A +3 isn't anything to sneeze at. I would only let it go for 850.
850.
thought you said it was
okay.
a +2.
Oh, yeah, +2. My apologies. For a +2, I would only let it go for 750.
675.
700.
685.
I won't go a penny lower than 705.
Sold to the drunken dwarf for 700. You didn't hear that last thing.
Are you sure? Because I definitely. He like starts pointing at Luna. Didn't he? Wasn't he saying a number? I think I'm gonna
No.
change.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
Sorry, I'm just a little drunk, guys. 700. Yeah, he holds.
700.
He holds his hand out. It smells.
Tyrum
Like
drops 700 gold.
he starts drooling as he looks at the gold in his hand, and he kind of like shoos you off. He doesn't say anything. His eyes never leave the gold in his hand. He shoos you to just go get the +2 mithril shield on the wall.
I also need ammunition for pistols.
He points
And
at
powder.
He points at a barrel at the door. You take 100. Take 100 bullets. I don't take whatever you want out of that barrel. I don't care. He's actually full mouth like waterfall drooling over this gold.
As he's drooling over the gold, Luna picks up the barrel and proceeds to walk out with it.
Sarah, seeing as you're about to get a shit ton of ammunition, we'll just say that's 100.
All right, and powder charges as well.
Yeah, that was included. Go with that.
Or we'll do it 50-50. 50 powder charges, 50 bullets.
Hold on.
All in the barrel.
All right. I don't think I need. I don't really need that many powder charges, but because
Hey, we can make explosives with it.
That's true. That's
Metagaming,
very true.
Metagaming.
Well, that's just Luna.
No, Luna's already thinking about that shit. Luna's
about
already
making
thinking about
explosives, yeah.
Tyrum, you grab the shield off the wall. It's light. It's fluffy. It feels like if you threw it at a wall, it would bounce. It would bounce back like Captain America's shield. But you know in your heart, this is probably the most sturdiest built shield you've ever held in your hands. And this is from all of your years of training. This is the nicest shield you've ever seen. High quality.
Hey, with that, all those dragon scales we got, you could probably increase its level.
I
Or
have
it's-
plans for those scales.
Watching the Mario move when you said I have plans brings me immense joy. And with
Tyrum hands the 300 gold that's left to Luna. What you do with this is not my concern.
I put it in on my satchel and continue walking back.
as everybody begins heading back into town to meet back at the Adventurers Guild, Luna, roll me a perception.
That'd be fucking 22.
Holy shit. You notice a small kid bump into you and reach for the satchel of gold.
I grab his hand before it reaches the satchel.
The kid starts panicking. Hey, let me go, mister! I didn't do nothing, let me go! Hey, help! This guy is grabbing me, help!
I fling him away from me. Because mind you, I'm carrying a fucking barrel right now.
Help! Help! This guy's grab me, help! Help me!
I let the kid go and just continue walking alongside Tyrum. I don't have time for this. I'm not trying to do this again.
The kid quickly sprints off into the crowd, but some of the people from the crowd start approaching you. Hey man, you can't just be grabbing kids like that. What the fuck is your problem, buddy?
Listen, he tried to grab my money.
Oh
What's
yeah,
happening?
I caught him. Listen, Tyrum, this kid tried to grab. Huh?
No, go ahead.
Tyrum, this kid tried to grab the gold that we got
Man,
for
hey,
killing the
did you see the
crocodiles.
kid try to grab some gold? I think this guy is making it up. This guy seems suspicious to me grabbing kids. Yeah, who said he's gonna let him?
Excuse me. I am trying to move on about my business, and this child tried to accost me. If you don't mind, I am going to go and meet with the rest of my party. Have a good day, gentlemen. I
Tyrum,
turn and I continue walking.
as Luna goes to try to turn and walk away, you both notice that you're actually encompassed by what's starting to feel like an angry mob. The both of you are circled in. It's like 20,
Tyrum
30.
rolls his eyes and then he grabs Luna's wrist where the burn mark is, and he waves it in the air. You see this mark? That means the Lich King is indebted to him. So if you don't want to end up being part of the Lich King's army, I suggest you let us pass.
I think they do want to be part of this army when they actually die.
The crowd kind of disperses with no further questions.
But quit
You were
thinking that
saying,
was
Luna?
smart. I
Now
guess
get
they
going
don't
and
want to
stop
be part of
touching
this
kids.
army. Wait a minute. Hold on. I don't like how that sounds. I'm just gonna keep going.
Tyrum is paying you no more attention, and with that, Ceras and Co have followed the Lich King back to the bar or the guild slash bar, and the party has now reunited once again in the middle of Dead End, right at the Adventurers Guild.
God, I'm glad I didn't kick that kid.
What are you doing with kids?
Nothing.
Who's doing what with kids now? What?
Nobody's doing anything with them.
Tyrum, why is Luna sounding so suspicious right now?
Bro, you know what? A kid reached into his pants and Luna
Whoa,
grabbed his
whoa.
hand.
The kid reached for the money that we earned, and I caught him before he grabbed it.
Speaking of that, can we have our part of that?
I mean, there's only 300 left, so I suppose.
So 300 divided by 4, that's 75.
Luna hands out 75 gold coins to everybody in the party.
Except for Tyrum.
Yeah, except for Tyr. Yeah, because he got most of that money anyway.
Well, as you all finish distributing the money, Kade walks up the alley, the backside stairwell with a new bag. It looks like a travel bag. Doesn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary, but he comes up. All right, then. We all know where we want to go. Seems like everything's finished up here.
To North Yorkshire, correct?
Yeah, I think so too.
What, deciding against Ysildra's Keep? I sure would love to see your village, Luna. You know how many
I'm
times
sure we
I've
can
tried-
get there anytime.
Do you know how many times I've tried to get into that place? Something magical keeps people out. Did he tell you guys that? You can't even just enter his village from the outside.
Interesting. Well, I would be interested to see whatever runes keep that village secret, I guess.
Well, so here's the thing. We could easily enter the village at any time that we want. There's nothing keeping us there, but why don't we do the hardest thing first and take care of the easiest thing last?
Well, I guess that leads us to the, what was it, the third option? He points at Tyrum. Want to go home?
Not particularly.
Come on, it'd be like walking down an old nostalgic alleyway. We see some sights, visit some people, make some people bleed. All the fun stuff.
We need to let them calm down first.
Fine. Newest Yorkshire it is, and then we can see whatever that letter. Kade looks at you, Michaelo, and then we can see whatever your letter did.
Oh, yeah.
You okay, kid? I think you'd be more excited to go home.
I mean, you were pushing buttons all earlier.
Mm.
You know,
Tough, dude.
Don't tell me.
Luna crosses his arms. If I'm being honest here, I think everyone wants to avoid going home right now.
This sounds to be the case. Well, if we don't go home, we can always hoof it on the foot trails back to wherever it is that we all need to go. And like I said, I have a bunch of items to steal. I have a potion to make, and I have stops to do. So wherever we go matters not. So long as we
What
get
about
back.
Elena?
Cade falls silent as his ears droop. Well, I told you guys what happened to her father, right?
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah, it's a bit traumatic for a kid. I don't exactly think sending her off on adventures is the best idea. So I've decided she's gonna stay here for the time being.
It turned
Under-
out fine for me, right? I'm totally normal.
You are totally normal, kid, but Elena's not built like you. She's a little more gentle.
I suppose.
Luna's staring at Ceras when she wrote on her board normal. Yeah, we can call you that.
Because she is normal.
Yeah, I don't think anyone here is normal.
Cade quickly eyes all of you. That
Fang looks at Luna. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Don't even talk right now, horn boy.
You can piss off, you half werewolf.
I'm a weird
Fang!
tiger, thank you.
I was gonna say, you haven't actually seen it. Our friend there does in fact have lycanthropy, but he's no werewolf.
I am in fact a weird tiger.
Cute stuff, I promise. Can't wait for you to see it.
Let's try not to, I suppose.
Good.
Last
then
time
it's-
I willfully transformed, it almost didn't end well, honestly.
So it's decided then. Off to newest Yorkshire. Michaelo, you're just gonna have to deal with it, kid. Onwards. What? What was that? You're gonna have to speak up, lamb chop. Oh, this is gonna be good. So the party makes their way down to the portal at the bottom.
Is
at
the
very
Lich King
bottom.
following us?
Nah, he
No.
departed sometime after coming back up. He's a busy man.
God damn it.
Remember, we after y'all did the thing with the portal, we came back. We came back up and met up with Cade.
Yeah, but
So
the
now
Lich
we're going
King
back down.
brought us up
What?
there.
Yeah, he left. He dipped out. And
Damn
so,
it. I was gonna ask him a question, but I didn't know
No.
he left.
oh, fair. The Lich King's about to leave. Guys, we all huddle up and decide where we're going. All right, then. I suppose I should be making my departure. I have things to do, and now I have new things to plan. So, if you'll excuse me, also Ceras, Fang, and Michaelo, you all watched the Lich King raise the the Drocodiles back from the dead.
No.
I don't see it.
How do they
If
react
I
to...
watch him do this, would I learn anything about his school of magic if I use detect magic?
No.
The
You know
fact
it's
that it's
necromancy.
necromancy.
Yeah. Also, the Drocodiles responded in kind. No regression. The skeletons begin standing, and then they slipped into the water and dived. It was almost like they were natural animals, with the exception that they're much gentler this time.
As she watches this, how beautiful this necromancy truly was. Ceras looks at the Lich King. Well, Mr. Lich King, if someone wished to be part of your kingdom past death, and they were brought here, would you accept them?
Of course, I accept all souls into my humble abode. They do my bidding, but I treat them right. And it's not a life not worth dying for. I'm sorry. Little bone humor. But nonetheless.
What about people who are already dead?
Well, depending on how long they've been dead, I might be able to do some
Couple months?
resurrecting. We will now commit to commercials as I check some spells. It's the commercial is just Elena in a barmaid's outfit. She's sponsoring a new bar. She waits
like a
table.
little.
She's like a
It's
little
like a
idol.
fucking anime. It's like a little anime fucking thing with the little chibis.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Oh my gosh.
Resurrection.
Of course, there's gotta be some fan service, some weird shit.
Yeah, I believe I can do something about that.
You think you
But-
can bring my father back?
Would he want to come back? I don't like to.
Could you
disrespect the
raise
dead.
an entire village?
I need a diamond worth 10,000 gold per life.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
Sorry, resurrecting people isn't as easy as one wants to think, especially in the sense that you guys are talking. If it was just their bones, yeah, but if you want them sentient, that costs extra.
I have another question for you, El King.
Hey, no offense, guy, the little one can call me that because she's writing. I don't actually like hearing it out loud. Shiny bones or your majesty. Figure it out and stick with it.
Well, I'm also a king.
He like his skull drops to the ground and back up to your forehead in a very judgmental manner. Huh.
Legally, yes.
You know,
Um,
And what kingdom is it you're allowed to rule?
the
I'll be
Onis.
sure not- The Onis?
Yeah, what do
That
you know
doesn't
about
make-
them? How's that island look?
That island is one of the most impenetrable places in the world. Defenses, attacks, those creatures are hard to fight, let me tell you. But,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
you're a turtle. It makes sense. There's only two races that live on that isle. Turtles and Onis. And usually it's either the Onis are in charge and it's a fight with everybody, or the turtles are in charge. And there's a little more peace in the world. But for the last 20 years, the Onis have been in charge, and they have not been kind to the rest of the world.
Yeah, who's
Trading-
leading them right now?
Their emperor, the Oni emperor, Lord Shred,
What's he like?
an asshole.
You think you should help us
simple to put.
get into the Oni island?
Really, no. My foreign policies have dictated that I stay out of the world's problems, and should I intervene, the world will consider me a problem, and I don't want to have to erase another continent's worth of lives again.
What do you know of Rasheen?
Ah, the twin god? He points to the necklace that you're wearing.
What does he have to do with this necklace?
Your goddess doesn't seem to answer a whole lot of your questions, does she?
She's been pretty vague since the slaughter of my people.
Oh. Oh no, this isn't good. You said
Hmm.
Kydros' church has been slain? Well, that certainly is no good thing for anybody. No, sir. Her brother, Rasheen, he is also a god of fate of sorts, if you will. But, he's not as nice as his sister is. You see, she likes to give everybody a chance. Rasheen asks for chances after he's decided who deserves to live, if you catch my drift. But last time I checked, he was locked away. Locked away long ago. Not that I
Wait,
know.
where.
If you'd let me finish. Not that I know where, because I stay away from gods. They don't like undead. Especially me, a very powerful undead. So I keep to my business. I know the names, and I learn the adversaries, but I don't get involved.
Tyrum's eyes are glowing. He's not mad at the Lich King, but he's mad at the fact that of all the sacred texts and everything that he read, he never learned that Kydros had a sibling.
Oh, I don't suppose you'd be too happy to hear that. He's reading like the glowing eyes as understandable anger.
I'm
Well,
dedicated
ahead.
Years to this order, and I hadn't known about Rasheen and Kydros. This could have helped me stop the slaughter.
He looks at you. No offense. You're an elf. So what? 100? 150? What do you got?
Tyrum looks around the room. 130.
So, a much older elf than I was expecting, but nonetheless, you wouldn't have been around to see the horrors that followed when your goddess decided she didn't need her brother anymore. The war that stopped the dragons shortly became a war between those two. You know, and the other gods, of course, fighting for power. You know, new deities and all, but your goddess, that very patron saint that painted peace and love through good fortune and good fate. My, she was a warrior, and she stopped at no one's mercy. Hence why her brother was killed. But I didn't think he was coming back. Some powerful magic going on here, friend. That's all I know.
Well, you can't have peace without breaking a few eggs.
I beg to differ. I think the peace in this place is great, and I don't even cook with eggs.
And
Just-
how many people did it cost you to get where you got today? No offense.
Cost me or conquerage? Because those are two different lists of people. It cost me no one. I conquered hundreds of thousands.
Right, and you built what you have here today off of those lives that you took.
Sure, but the power that I wield over these people is one that should be feared and respected. And that respect is what led this city into 100 years of prosperity.
Right.
I don't see
And it
anything
just
I've
cost you
done as
those
wrong.
lives. Oh no, I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just one side, is trying to do one thing and the other side is trying to do another. It's just a conflict of interest.
He walks over to you and he looks down at you, Luna.
It didn't cost me anything. Those lives are still here in service, friend. I mind your tongue before you continue your thought.
Hmm.
In the consumption of
Luna
this
just
place,
strokes his beard still, continuously.
lives were not costed, but consumed. Their great embrace into my grand plan has led to peace, and they're still here to see it through. I wouldn't call that a cost.
Yeah.
Nonetheless,
You have peace.
do any of you have any more questions? He kind of like steps away from Luna.
What makes the island so impenetrable? Michaelo's just been thinking about this the whole time.
Well, for one, we are at the bottom tip of our continent of Evernord, but the only isle is 150 miles off this coast, surrounded by a deep fog, impenetrable unless invited. They say the magic flows there is different, ancient, and hard to deceive. They say if you get past the falls, the fog, you get past the fog, and there's an endless beauty in that place. I've never seen the Oni Isles, but the cherry blossoms have always been an interest.
Ron made Wano. That's what he did. From One
That's
Piece.
exactly what I did. 107%.
Okay.
Lord Shred is Kaido. Prepare to fight a dragon.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Alright.
Maybe, not maybe. I don't know if that's really it. But
Nonetheless, why do you have an Oni country?
I'm gonna kill Lord Shred.
Well, good luck with that. The Lich King just starts walking away. As he's walking away, you can all hear him mumbling, "Nope, want no parts of that, will not get involved, they will not cause this a foreign affair. I refuse. If I start another war, my advisors would lose their fucking minds. The world is always such a dangerous place." And then he slips off into
Well,
the ground.
Michaelo looks directly
Uh,
at Luna's hand and doesn't say anything. The one with the
well,
symbol on it.
Burn.
Luna's hand is is sitting there open because it still hurts because it's kind of still seared.
Yeah, Michaelo's just looking directly at it. He didn't say anything.
I wonder how this thing is supposed to work.
Yeah, we should really figure that out, Luna.
I don't know if we want to do that right now. You blow it too early, you might not ever get the chance again.
Hmm.
Whatever. On with it then. Suppose we should get a move on before the night falls. He looks at Luna. It's gonna be a full moon tonight.
And I guess I should stay indoors.
I think we should just get where we're going first.
So is it a full moon?
Hey,
No.
Look.
I've actually been doing them based on the full moons in real life.
Ah,
Luna walks up to Tyrum. We may or may not have a bit of an issue later tonight. Let's just hope that we don't.
If you transform, I'm feeding the cat to you.
You'll do no such thing.
Best get your powers
No,
under
no.
check.
Yeah, yeah. We'll continue looking into that.
Tyrum approaches Ceras
Mm.
and begins signing. Remember how we talked about that concept for blades on my hammer?
Would that have anything to do with the dragon scales? Sarah smiles.
Well, kind of. Less about the dragon scales, more on the dragon's teeth and claws I took.
Ceres kind of crosses her arms and nods. And she looks back up at you and she signs. Maybe we could certainly use the teeth as blades. For the chain, though, we will still need some sort of strong metallic object, and then of course everything to mount it on. But I guess you already have a hammer, correct?
Yes.
Well, then we just need metals to make the chains, and then something to power it. I'm sure we can find some sort of mana crystals or something. I will need them myself. Actually, that's a good point. If we can acquire enough mana crystals, I have some things I would like to upgrade Bucket that require these crystals.
Well, luckily
And
for you,
at the same
kid, we're going to the most magically inclined place on this godforsaken planet. Cade looks really, almost stressed out that we're actually going to Newish Yorkshire.
Well, very good.
Michaelo does the exact same thing that Cade just did.
We will be able to make it a weapon that will be remembered throughout the ages. And she smiles.
Let's just hope that that weapon is nice enough, because honestly, that place goes crazy for magical ingenuity. I mean, Ceras, Newest Yorkshire is where the gnomes migrated to after Moore's Marsh. Well, after the Great Forest became a marsh.
Has Ceres been there before?
Moore's Marsh?
No, News Yorkshire.
Newest Yorkshire.
No.
She
No.
is not.
Even though her family was a traveling circus.
Yeah, but Newest Yorkshire has spent the last 5 years rebuilding after being leveled. They haven't exactly been welcoming to outsiders for a while. orcs really put a damper on that. This is Cade, by the way. He's in character.
Ceres nods her head. I'm very excited to go to this place. Maybe there will be some interesting new things for me to discover.
Oh,
And
Cade,
besides, with all of these, well, I'll tell you about it after we leave this place.
But
Oh, I'm sure
Cade,
that Michaelo is looking forward to pizza again.
Oh yes,
Cade.
Michael, there's pizza in New Yorkshire, right?
Cade,
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was trying to figure out about the pizza thing. I'm sorry. I was really invested in what he was going to say. What's up?
you said this is a gnome town now.
Partially. The humans that survived, they helped rebuild. The gnomes that had nowhere to go found a home. And so they helped each other out. The gnomish ingenuity with actual human resilience led to the building of a beautiful, beautiful city.
And this is just the upper city, right?
The upper city? Yeah, it is just the upper city. You're right. Like the sewers were untouched by the wars. Orcs never even invaded because they didn't know it existed. Well, actually, Michaelo, you never seen any orcs in your side of town? I'm sure you've been there prior the last 5 years, right?
Nope, never seen any orcs.
Lucky for you, then. Good. Good, then. Good. Sounds like we have a plan. And I will let you all know that breaking into this castle will not be fun. We do need King of the Humans' crown. King Simon? Yeah, they say his bald head is the most beautiful in the land, but nonetheless, his beard rivals that of any true dwarf lineage, and he was a man of honor, of high status, of bravery. They say he was one of the last humans to hold their ground against the orc onslaughts, protecting a small group of humans in the final days of the original New York. Some strong
Fang. Sorry.
No, go ahead. That's all.
I was just gonna say, Fang seeing Ceras and Tyrum's conversation was gonna ask Ceras if he could watch her make Tyrum's weapon.
She just asked.
Oh, well, I guess yeah. Ceras walks over to Fang walks over to Ceras. Ceras, would it be okay if I watched you make the weapon?
Am I within earshot?
Yes.
This was kind of a private matter, Fang.
Hey, well, Tyrum, I'll be.
Also, they were
be
signing
signed
that.
to Tyrum.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
Fang can read sign language.
Oh.
He just can't speak it.
Ceres signs to Tyrum.
Well-
Well, Tyrum, I suppose if we had some sort of workshop, I could make it in secret, but I'm kind of thinking we will be making this on the fly. I don't think secrecy is very viable.
I don't know this kid, and I don't want him fucking up my weapon.
Well, if you watch him, then I suppose there would be no problem, right?
Look, I won't touch, I just want to see the process of how it's done.
Is Fang actually just speaking right now?
It's all up
Talking?
to
Yes.
it's all up
Yes.
to Tyrum.
Tyrum and Ceres are signing, but you all hear Fang talking out loud.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What weapon are they talking about?
I have no idea what they're speaking about. I think Tyrion said something about he had plans for the dragon scales and everything that we got, and the bones. But aside from that, I have no idea. Would you say we
Alright.
long rested too? By the way,
Yeah. After we teleport, we'll get a long rest. Or do you want to take a long rest before leaving?
I'd like to say before we leave.
I
That would
think we
be
should
wise.
take a long rest on the island.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea, kid. At least we know nobody's gonna be there.
We don't know that, but okay.
Fair. You guys think it over. I'll be back.
hmm
Peace.
It's been
Have
too
food
long
to sing.
since we've slept under the stars, especially out on the ocean.
Yeah, but
We could
we
hang
don't
out
know who
at-
could.
Well, the
We
portal
don't
wasn't
know
active
who.
now, right?
No, but you can still activate portals from other sides. Except I don't know about that one with the chains. It would be concerning if we got snuck up on by one of the portals opening and we didn't know it. You know, on second thought, we could just sleep in rotations. I mean, that shouldn't hurt.
Eh, well, I suppose there is a risk, but I kind of wanted to hang out, maybe go fishing. That would be fun, right? Go fishing.
I
Uh,
mean,
Ceres,
we have plenty of rations.
Sarah, well, what about some fresh fish, right? We have rations, but nothing would be. Sarah's kind of looks at the mechanical, some of the parts that she has from something. Maybe I could make like a super cool fishing rod, very awesome. Attached to bucket. Maybe we catch a big one, right?
You know, speaking of which, I'm curious. Did that acid ever affect what was going on with your robot?
Yes. There's lots of pits in his in his metal chassis now. I'll have to repair that. He's not looking too good. He's still like dragging himself a little bit because she's not done repairing him.
Hmm. Oh boy. Well, I'm glad my armor got slightly grazed by that acid.
Yes, that was I kind of freaked out down there after seeing how much it hurt everyone. That was not pleasant.
No, no, it was not. And I'm very glad that you were able to land very safely after being thrown so far.
Did you see that? I had to think fast and react very quickly. It was crazy. It was crazy.
It was impressive.
It
Thank
was
you.
very impressive.
Thank you.
Oh, one, is everybody back?
Hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Check. So the party wanted to rest up where? Did we actually make it to the gateway before we took this long rest?
Um,
No, I don't think
we
so.
me and Josh talked about it, but everybody, what do you want to
Um,
do?
I'm fine with resting before.
Well,
Yeah, I'd rather avoid a were-tiger attack.
that's good then. So, Cade kind of gestures to the rest of the party to walk down to where the Little Thieves Guild office is. But Luna, he puts his hand on your chest specifically. We're gonna have to find somewhere a little more closed off for you to stay, bud.
I don't disagree.
Good, because it's gonna be a little bit of a walk, and I hate to have to do this. Ugh. All right, kid. You're in charge while I'm gone. I'll be back after I take care of our moody friend here.
All right.
Oh, excuse me.
Ceres looks around the guild to search for the bar.
The bar is not open, but it is upstairs.
Hmm. Ceres looks at everybody else and goes, "Well, I mean, do you guys want a little something to eat before we go to sleep?"
I could go for a bite.
And the bar is closed, right? There's nobody
Yeah.
up there.
Nope.
Okay. What time is it?
It's coming on to the cusp of like dawn. Sun started going down. City starting to like kind of close up because it's a weekday, And unlike the weekend festivities that you guys have been sitting through, the weeks are actually quiet. Everyone enjoys their own home company and family meals. And more than anything else, they don't like to be out after dark during the week.
Mm.
Old superstition. That's all.
Ceres is gonna. Is there a fire in here?
Yes, there is a fireplace in the back.
All right. Ceres is going to light the fire with a little cantrip, and then yeah, she casts fireball in the fireplace. No. She casts firebolt into the fireplace.
You light the fire as the cold, dusty feel of the bar, for some reason, starts to melt away.
And she uses. Let's see, where are my supplies? Is there anyone like in here right now, or is like literally everyone asleep or going
Uh,
away?
yeah, the bar is closed. The only reason you guys were let in is because you are accomplices of Cade's. But all you see are a couple undead kind of doing some light upkeeping, but nothing crazy.
Uh, Sarah walks up to one of them and goes, maybe I could pay for some raw meats, some cooking ingredients that are around here. Maybe you're behind the bar.
The one undead shakes its head and it motions you to the back room where you find a fully stocked bar, like kitchen bar. There are
Oh, excellent.
there's chickens and
Pantry.
pigs, yes, all kinds of
She
meats.
she points at the she points at everything she needs to make a great soup, a nice big soup,
Ooh.
and ask how much.
It shakes its hands at you. No need.
Oh, excellent. Ceres smiles and thank you, and she grabs all the ingredients and goes and starts cooking a big stew, a hearty a hearty chicken stew.
Ooh, smexy.
Do I have to roll for that?
You can roll me a performance to see how good it tastes.
Performance. All right, that is a 14.
Fuck yeah. All of you, who are you gonna serve this giant soup to?
Who? What?
Who are you trying to feed this to? Is it just for you?
Everybody who's here. Everybody
Tyrum
who's
Ceres,
stepped
staying
out to
up.
pray.
Ceres, you gracefully take a sip of your stew, only to realize it's kind of salty, like really salty. But
Oh
you think
no.
you kind of think you'll manage. Honestly, you're too exhausted to really care.
Yeah, Ceres pours a little extra water in there, and then starts handing out bowls of soup with a chunk of bread.
Ooh, bread. Love bread. Uh, Michaelo and
Fang,
Fang. Yeah,
oh,
I was gonna say you
Fang
two.
takes the soup. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Fang takes the soup and the bread. Thank you, Ceres, and he just starts devouring it and passes out.
Mhm. On the little couches in front of the fire.
Yeah, he eats all of the food and just passes the fuck out.
Hell yeah. Fred, your dragon, starts nipping at the bowl after you finish, trying to get the remains. Ceres, you see this stupid fucking pseudo dragon going crazy in this little bowl of empty soup.
Uh, Ceres tosses a piece of chicken to the pseudo dragon.
Fred curls up, devours the piece of chicken, and then blows you a little like smoke of fire. It looks really pleased.
She smiles and then she sees everyone else enjoying their soup, and then she goes off to the I'm assuming there's rooms.
Yeah, like I said, there's a couple beds down in the office, and there's enough places for just like laying around for you to
All right.
sleep.
Michaelo went to one of
Ceres
the rooms and
goes.
started training.
Michael, the same room you woke up drunk as fuck in this morning, you are now like intense workout.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Ceres is gonna go ahead and go into the room next to his. Uh, how thin are these walls?
They're paper thin. This is a
So I
point.
can
This is a
hear.
yeah.
I
This
can
is a
hear him
keep your deal
training.
place.
Okay,
Absolutely.
well, then she goes to a room that's a little bit further away, and she pulls out the puppet.
Ooh.
And she pulls it out and she sets it on whatever furniture is there, and she looks at it. She just stares at it for a minute, uh, and just like burning hatred and frustration and pain course through her as she puts 10 gold into its mouth.
The puppet does a little dance as you feed it, and then it smiles at you. But it's still inanimate. You just see the face change.
Ceres grits her teeth and then snatches it and puts it back in her bag. And then she goes out to and grabs whatever bowls people have finished, and she's gonna put them in the wash bucket.
You. Michaelo is training. Tyrum is praying. Tyrum, what are you saying to your goddess right now?
I mean, he's just kind of like praying to her for answers, asking her about Rasheen.
I see. You do not hear a response.
Tyrum stands up and begins training with his new shield.
Tyrum, this is one of the nicest pieces of equipment you've ever seen. You instantly feel yourself gracefully move along in your combat exercises. You can feel the difference.
He is remembering the Black Prior and his flippies.
Yes, it will in fact live with us forever.
He is mimicking the Black Prior's movements with the shield.
This is going to be great. It's going to suck for me, but it's going to be great. Tyrum, you're learning. And last but not least, Luna, you and Kade are trudging along through the city. He's already walked you past even Gadet's blacksmith shop. You're going to somewhere that like feels like way out the way.
How far are you taking me out?
Just far enough to keep the kiddos safe tonight. No one needs some dog running around here causing problems.
I'm not a fucking dog.
Apologies. So, what's it feel like?
What do you mean? When I transform?
Yeah, what's it feel like?
I said, so you talk about when I transform?
Yes, just keeping the kiddos safe. No need to have a wild...
You asked me what it feels like to transform.
Yeah, what does it feel like?
When I successfully control the transformation, it doesn't really hurt. It feels more like a shifting. But when I don't succeed in transforming or controlling it, you know when you break your bones, that feeling that hurts, right? Right. So imagine
never really broken any
ever
bones,
broken a bone. Oh,
to.
well,
Yeah.
that's unfortunate. Well, imagine your bones breaking and reforming without anything to dull the pain. And your skin rupturing and growing rapidly, and also restringing and restructuring to transform into a giant beast. And then when I come out of that form, it's like my bones shrink back into themselves. As Luna's describing this, he's kind of like zoning out and just going and starting to ramble on about it. And when I'm shrink back, I can't move for at least a good hour, but it still hurts for days.
You feel Kade's grip kind of tighten on your arm as he continues walking you along. Interesting.
Sorry, kind of just
fell into it there, friend. I see you've got some issues, but
well, it's not. Yeah.
Hey, I think you're with the right group of jackasses. We're all fucked up, friend.
Hmm. Well, how much further are we gonna keep going?
You break through the forge and forest area to see a small shack.
Bless you.
You know, um, small shack, and it looks all of but abandoned, and it looks really fucking old. Yep, this is where I'm leaving you tonight. Gonna close the door, gonna move this piano that's sitting on the front porch in the way, and then I'm leaving.
Do I at least get to eat anything for the night, or am I
I
just
don't.
gonna have to suck it up with a good berry?
I mean, if you have good berries, that start there. But I'll leave you a little something in case you get hungry.
Yeah, haven't had dinner yet.
Oof. Cade kneels down and pulls out a couple squirrel surprises and a chunk of like pork.
Ho ho ho!
Yeah.
I'll happily take that.
He looks really sad to pass with it.
I appreciate the sacrifice.
You should. You should. And he straightens his coat as he hands over the rations. Well, go in there, find yourself a nice hole to close into, and at least if you start running amok, I'll know. I got a couple of things souped up to this old place to let me know in the case of people running. Where I used to interrogate people. He cracks his knuckles. Funnest information to come by. But those days are behind me.
Yeah. All right. Luna opens the door of the shack, walks in.
Yeah, it's just a really busted up hut. There's a pristine couch though. Looks really well kept. The rest of the house looks like absolute like moss covered wood.
Well, guess I'll just sleep on the couch then. I walk over to it and lay down on it.
Luna, Luna, Luna. The full moon rises and the night ensues, and as you sleep on, it is that time. Roll me that save. As the pale moonlight slips through the windows.
And let me see. That would be a 15, so I fucking passed that shit. Wonderful.
Ah, Luna, you feel yourself slightly change form as you are still asleep, but you are now a were-tiger. Congratulations. That worked out. Big stretch. Big stretch on the couch. And
do you want me to wake up from this?
No, That's all I needed. And so the night comes to a close as our party gets in their long rest. Everybody heal up. Everybody restore your stats. You've all leveled up. So anything new is now in effect. And you all wake and meet down in the bottom of the Hall of Heroes to get ready to depart on your journey.
Hey, so we're done, right?
Done tonight? Yeah, I'm cool if y'all are. Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just saying,
Sounds
'cause
good.
it's getting to 9 o'clock, and we're about to hit a transitional period.
Yeah.
That is fair. Yeah. If y'all are ready to wrap it up, we could do a Rosebud Thorn.
All right.
Okay.
Sick. We will begin as the party activated the platform, teleporting to the gateway, and you are all about to step foot through the door to Newest Yorkshire, where the next arc awaits. Is correct.
Woot woot.
Hoot hoot. Damien, go first.
All right. Rose for. Let's see. Ow, sorry, my foot. Fucking,
Gone now.
my foot is going down. Rose for this session entirely. I had a lot of fun with all of this session. Rose to getting some new magic. I'm excited to try it out. Bud to see what's going to happen in Newish Yorkshire. Bud to see if I actually get to watch Ceras make whatever it is that she is going to make for Tyrum. And I don't really have any thorns for this session. I had a lot of fun. That's it for me.
Sick.
I don't know. It's,
Right? Yeah.
Rose to the whole teleporter fiasco. That shit was really fun. But for newest Yorkshire, because Michael is probably gonna do something crazy. Yeah, I got no thorns. Besides, maybe everybody talking over themselves.
Yeah. Jay, you want to go next?
Rose, I finally got my shield. Learned about Rasheen and fucking Kydros a little more. Bud to Bud to see what newest Yorkshire holds. Thorn the haggling didn't work, and for about a half a second I considered choke slamming that dwarf through the fucking countertop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. But
Wow.
I didn't. It's not very Tyrum like.
Hey, look, haggling with a drunken dwarf over his finest piece of work should have. It's got to be a hassle.
He wasn't drunk anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say being sober would actually make the haggling harder, not the drunk.
Yeah, you're right.
Ba, 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 ba. Thorn to everybody talking over themselves. That definitely was a little bit of a pain. And I guess just Thorn to, while yeah, the teleporter was entertaining, it quite possibly could have fucked us because no one fully understood it, and it was like, all right, yeah, fucking send it, you know. But I'm not actually like really complaining about it. I think I'm just speaking on a Thorn from character's perspective.
This is Tyrum speaking from the heart. You guys are making quick, stupid decisions. Please stop stressing me out.
That's the end.
I respect it.
I just felt like Michaelo would have done that.
That's true. I think you're both speaking to your characters right now, and it's accurate and funny at the same time. Because you definitely know Tyrum feels like this, but Michaelo also believes he did nothing wrong, in the truest autistic sense.
I also liked how Ceras was like, yeah, fuck it.
Ceras is an inquisitive soul.
Ceras is also just getting over being kind of shell-shocked. Ceras, you should go next. Or look, that doesn't matter. My bad.
Yeah, so I was going to say, so for Rose for me was being taken on a trip that I knew was going to end very badly, which I was trying to say something, but I failed on my first Constitution roll, so I could do nothing but throw up and struggle to move and speak. And go on a merry-go-round of teleportations. That was fun. That was very fun. It was hilarious to see all of that go down. Um, I enjoyed talking with the Skeleton King, Lich King, and tiptoeing on pissing him off because he was negligent. And may or may not have been part of the reason why my village was destroyed. Which is why I'm glad I got a favor from him. So that's another rose right there. That's who knows how valuable that's going to be. I think it's going to be very valuable, especially if he's talking about wiping people out,
Luna's favor is kill
continents out,
yourself.
and whatnot. Hmm.
Luna's favor is Lich King, kill yourself.
Jesus, Pete. You know, it's funny. He did.
Oh, would he? Oh, well, I don't know if I did. I would demand that he do that. That would be a waste of an entity. That would be a waste of an entity.
Josh, he's a lich. If he dies, he's just going to respond 15 days later as phylactery.
Yeah. Well, if I asked him for a true death.
How true is that? I mean, how true is that? It's just
I don't know.
if you ask certain claims.
Yeah, I know that you could just move back and forth in between if you're that powerful, Anyway. Rose, I'm looking forward to newest Yorkshire. Um, Thorn, I really wish that I didn't roll so fucking low so that everyone would not have noticed how terribly I was trying to avoid looking at that damn portal. That was fucking annoying. Sometimes it's I get good rolls when it comes to some things, right? But when it comes to storytelling, I feel like my rolls are absolutely shit. But it's okay. It's okay because
It's okay because Luna's a tragic hero,
Yeah. I'm very happy that I didn't fucking freak out when I transformed. So that's always a plus.
Also, let Kate never left. He actually sat on the porch just in case.
Yeah. I would have literally went to go hunt and try to kill random civilians, but if he wasn't there and I lost my shit, yeah. Then the Lich King would have a problem.
Maybe.
That's it for me.
Big Rose for the Lich King, just being like, oh yeah, they were my pets. I just forgot about the. Whoopsies. Sorry about that, Luna. Here's a favor. That was awesome. Let's see. I'm really Bud for newest Yorkshire. I'm Bud for pizza. Find some pizza. Rose for interacting with the Lich King. Big Rose for doing the teleporter juggling. That was a lot of fun. Let's see what else. Bud for talking to Ron about these bucket upgrades. And as we said, the only thorn is being try. We're getting that figured out. The talking thing. I think we've been doing pretty good with that so far. So I don't really think that's it's too much. But yeah, a good session. Oh wait, Thorn. You motherfuckers, I'm watching you talking in third person about your character. Don't think I'm not watching. Don't think I'm not listening.
Wait, who lost?
As long as it was actions, it was fine. But if it's
somebody, I can't remember who, but somebody at one point.
I definitely, admittedly, I did it once or twice, so.
It might have just been Ron. Anyways,
just been me.
Very good stuff, guys. Good session.
Oh fuck yeah, roast all of it. Roast a little more exposition, you know. The giving the Lich King a lackey or a failed apprentice is kind of fun. I didn't actually think that up until today, so that'll be interesting. Uh, fucking rose to you guys being questionative. Rose to actually trying to figure all this shit out. You guys got a lot of paths, and I'm excited to see what you guys conquer first. Bud to see in Newest Yorkshire or the sewers if we go that way. Um, yeah. My only thorn is I feel like I kept cutting people off, so I just need to be a little more patient and listening. But yeah. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Is it
Good
Night.
night.